Well, this is it. The final episode of Season 1, Episode 13, The Tale of the Pinball Wizard. It took far too long to get here, but we're here now. So let's get into it. But first, a little statistic. Betty Ann told the most stories in Season 1 with a total of 3. Frank and Kiki are tied for last with only 1 story each for this season. Gary's up this time in his 2nd story of the season. Members of the Midnight Society are arguing over a video game that David is playing. At least they knew to put a game in the Game Boy, unlike the Game Gear and Rumble in the Bronx. That always bugged me. Kristen argues that winning and losing in video games doesn't matter. Gary arrives and says that it's true, because you can always keep trying. But what if you had to play a game where it did matter? With that, Gary begins. Ross is a kid who is on his own a lot, and he's at the mall looking for quarters anywhere he could find them. The payphone, of course, and in the fountain. Hey, those are people's wishes in there.
This was my dream, my wish, and it didn't come true.
After a brief tug of war with the homeless woman, we have a special appearance of Chekhov's Super Soaker.
The Super Soaker 100.
It's a water gun of a higher caliber.
Russ heads into what looks like a curio shop, where he asks the owner, Mr. Olson, for a job. Mr. Olson is not having it. He believes Ross will just play the pinball machine in the shop all day instead of working. Ross keeps badgering Mr. Olson about the job and notices a new pinball machine in the shop. Mr. Olson starts acting real strange when Ross asks him about it. What's his deal? Mr. Olson tells Ross to leave because it's time for his lunch break, and he has to close up the shop while he's gone. Ross has a great idea to let him watch the store while Mr. Olson is out to lunch, like a trial run. Mr. Olson finally agrees. He tells Ross to not mess with the new pinball machine in the back, and what does Ross do? He immediately starts playing it. Mr. Olson was right to not trust this kid. As Ross is playing, Mr. Olson can hear the machine from outside and he smiles like a creep. Almost as if he planned the whole thing. A short time later and a customer comes in. Ross is smitten right away with the girl, Sophie, and becomes a bumbling idiot. She comes for a music box that Mr. Olson was repairing for her.
Yeah, I'm in charge. Sophie, I'm Ross.
My music box?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What's it look like again?
After a bit of Ross trying to be a big shot, he finally admits to her that he's only watching the shop while Mr. Olson is away. She says she'll come back later and leaves for now. Ross heads right back to the new pinball machine. He's hooked, and before he knows it, the mall is closed and everyone is gone. Where's Mr. Olson? He rushes to the front door, but no luck. He's locked in. Suddenly the payphones ring. Who could it be?
Got an umbrella.
That voice doesn't sound very friendly. Now it's raining quarters, and Ross doesn't think any of this is weird at all. Then, the men in black are here. No, not them. There we go. But they don't like water. Sophie is here too, and she's a princess now. Just before she's taken away by this guy, she tells Ross to get a tiara from the vault as she drops a key for him. Looks like Ross will have to play the game for real. As Ross tries to figure out what vault Sophie was talking about, he happens across some lockers. Maybe this one is the vault. Nope. Ross just gets gacked.
What is gack?
Gack is great stuff. Oozy. Gack is stretchy.
You can pull it. Make gack sounds.
How rude.
Suck it up and squirt it out with a gack back. Pump it up and blow it up with a gack inflator.
Well, I never.
Nickelodeon gack comes in different colors, sizes, and playsets, each sold separately. Coming soon from Mattel.
Disgusting.
After a couple attempts, he finds it, and the escalator kicks on, and Ross is up to level 2. Sophie is there, and has Ross chase after her, but the homeless woman from earlier, who's now a witch, cuts him off and Sophie is taken away again. The witch creates a windstorm and is able to get the tiara from Ross. Sophie yells to Ross to get the music box from earlier. Just as he's about to grab it, Sophie is in the back room of Mr. Olson's shop, tied up. Ross uses the key to remove the chains and free Sophie, but this executioner guy comes to life. They grab the music box, and they head out. The witch is about to put on the tiara, but Sophie plays the music box, and then the tiara disappears. Sophie hides the music box and explains to Ross that the villains can't get both. After some shenanigans, and Sophie being kidnapped again, Ross gets the tiara and the music box. He ascends to level 3. Ross finally figured out what's going on, and what he has to do. He needs to crown Sophie on the throne to beat the game, but the Big Bad has other plans. He throws Ross in the elevator that takes him back down to level 1.
Water. This is why she said I needed this.
Ross then remembers how they don't like water, so he grabs Chekhov's Super Soaker and heads back up to level 3 to take out the Big Bad. Ross takes care of all the minions, and only the Big Bad is left. Ross handles him pretty easily and finally crowns Sophie. But wait, he's back at the start. He didn't win after all. He looks up to the skylight and there's Mr. Olsen. He knew he couldn't trust him and he trapped Ross in the game forever. And that's the end of the episode and the end of Season 1. The Tale of the Pinball Wizard is a pretty good episode. I like that it didn't have a happy ending like some of the other episodes. And the stuck in a real life game concept is really cool. So I'm going to give it 4 Super Soakers out of 5. Let me know what you think in the comments. One interesting thing I noticed about the episode on this rewatch is there was no post-commercial break Midnight Society segment. My guess is that it was cut for time. There is a Midnight Society wrap-up at the end though, where we get this great nugget of wisdom from Gary.
Whoever's got the game, just make sure the game doesn't get you.
Next time we're going to start on Season 2, the first episode of that season, The Tale of the Final Wish. So until then, stay afraid.